Hi, welcome to Driver's Seat and to the all-new 5th generation Land Rover Discovery. You'll instantly notice it's got a brand new design, which is in keeping with Range Rover's latest look for the Evoque Range Rover and Range Rover Sport. So at the front it's much slicker than before, while at the side it's got a much sleeker profile, and the old step line from older Discoveries has now gone. However, the rear is completely unrecognisable from any previous Discovery, with these horizontal lights rather than the vertical. The horizontal number plate instead of the square one, although it still remains offset. I'll leave you to decide whether you like it or not. So this is the 5th generation Discovery. It's all new from the ground up. Comes with 4 trim levels to choose from: S, SE, HSE and HSE Lux, and there's 3 engines: the 2-litre 4-cylinder diesel, a 3-litre V6 diesel and a 3-litre V6 petrol. Prices start from £43,495 and top out at £62,695. However, there is a first edition which is a monstrous £68,295. So we're testing the SD4 in HSE trim, so that gets the 2-litre 4-cylinder diesel and costs £56,995. However, this edition's got some extra kit on and tops out just under 61k. The diesel develops 237 brake horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque. That's enough power and torque to get this from standstill to 60 miles an hour in 8 seconds. Although it doesn't quite feel as quick as the stats suggest. It feels quite lethargic actually, and quite slow to respond. It could be because you're so well cocooned and the Discovery's so refined, but you seem to have to make a concerted effort to really get a shift on. On an official combined cycle, this will return 43.5 miles to the gallon and emits 171 grams per kilometre of CO2. This gearbox has been shifting up and down gears all day and I've not noticed a single shift. There's steering wheel mounted paddles which change actually pretty quickly, which is good. There's also a sport override on the rotary gear lever. Even though the engine's not got all that much power, it is pretty quiet. You hear a little bit of a wheeze around town and there's a small grumble while sat at the lights, but other than that it settles into the background rather nicely. The biggest attribute of this car is its ride quality. Even around town now, these are bumpy, scarred roads and it's soaking everything up very well indeed. Out on the motorway it just smooths out the road and cruises along, delivering a first-class ride over long distances. I can't say that I'm particularly convinced by the handling. Yeah, it goes where you want to, but it's done in a rather leany way. This is definitely set up for comfort rather than sport, which is fine. It then doesn't interfere with the upcoming Velar or Range Rover Sport. It offers something very different, and as well as its all-terrain abilities, it's more of a comfort ride than something sporty. At lower speeds, the steering's nice and light to manoeuvre around, especially helpful when you're in town. Out on the open road, it does tighten up, so it's more reassuring when you're going faster. It's also pretty accurate and has gone everywhere I've asked it to. There is a slight deadening around the straight ahead, and you can feel a looseness until the power assisted steering actually comes into play. You can wade through water up to 900 millimeters deep, and you can also lower the suspension to help getting in and out, but it's advised not to combine the two. The Discovery's off-roading prowess is without question, helped out by a high and low range transfer box which allows you to prioritise between on and off-road performance, with the electronic system sending more torque to the wheels that need it most for better traction. The all-terrain progress control means you can adjust the vehicle's speed by using the settings on the steering wheel for the cruise control. There's no need to brake or accelerate, so you can just concentrate on steering, and the system will work between speeds of 1.2 miles an hour up to 19 miles an hour. Terrain Response 2 has preset functions for general driving, driving on grass, gravel and snow, mud and ruts, and rock crawl. It'll also tow up to 3.5 tons, which is the legal limit, so it actually can't go any more than that. I found it pretty easy to get comfortable here. This seat's electrically adjustable and offers plenty of flexibility. There's also a base tilt as well, so you can keep going until you're content. I've got the seat in the lowest setting and still got plenty of headroom even with the sunroof in place. The steering wheel adjusts for reach and rake electrically and has pretty impressive range of adjustments. There's two attractive instrument cowls for my speed and revs, and in between a little computer for trip details and some immediate navigation guidance. The Discovery comes with the naturally expected commanding driving position, so I feel high up but actually feel quite cocooned. I don't feel like I'm sitting on top of a tractor or anything. It's very luxurious in here. There's a lot of leather, there's this piano black dash inserts and the brushed aluminium. There's also a little bit of wood as well, which is a nice touch. The layout in here is very familiar. If you've been in any of the recent Land Rover and Range Rover cars, all the buttons are carried across, and some are a little bit more modern, so these temperature controls have a digital readout inside the rotary dial, which is really quite smart. The satellite navigation and infotainment screen is really clear, very wide, and you have a pinch and zoom function which makes finding your way around that a little bit easier. It's also well packaged and practical, from its well-sized door bins, the fold-down and secret compartment behind the climate control settings. There's another secret compartment underneath the two cup holders and the centre console, while the armrest between the seats has a small compartment which then opens to a big, deep storage bin. In the back there's plenty of leg, knee and headroom, while the centre armrest folds down with two cup holders in it, and the rear seats are electrically adjustable so you can change your backrest angle. They're also heated. To get into the third row of seats, tilt the backrest and slide the seat forward, creating quite a large opening to climb through. You'll also get more heated seats back there and USB points for both rows. With the 3 rows of seats, this will take up to 7 passengers. There's also up to 5 ISOFIX points, so you can fill this thing with babies. However, when it's baby free and all the seats are flat, then this will take 2,500 litres of storage capacity. In many ways, the new Discovery is unrecognisable from the SUVs that have preceded it. It's uber luxurious inside and gets sleek styling on the outside. And almost that's the problem here. It's more Range Rover than Discovery, and the utilitarian DNA of the Discovery seems to have been lost slightly. It's unlikely to dent sales, and overall the Discovery is still a magnificent vehicle. Thanks for watching Driver's Seat. Remember to subscribe to the channel for free, and let us know in the comment section below what you think about the all-new 5th generation Discovery.